sometimes that is a lonely and painful road when you watch the people you love the most stay sick.
Mm-hmm.
And on March 13th, I got a call that my sister died of a drug overdose. And I had been dreading that call. And most things in sobriety and life that you dread, that you future trip about, don't come to pass. But what if they do? And in that moment, a part of me died too. But I knew I had a few choices. I could relapse and die like Bobby did, but I didn't want to die. I could spend the next months, years, or the rest of my life running, numbing out like I had done unsuccessfully when my father died a few years before that. Or I could fully live. I knew in that moment that I had to write a book. I didn't know what it was going to be about, but I knew I had to write. And I knew that I could no longer just be Samantha, doctor of physical therapy, running a clinic. I knew that whatever I was doing next, wherever I was going, all of me was coming.
Mm.
Now, I had no plan about what that looked like. I
Mm-hmm.
just had the gnawing, the
Mm-hmm.
knowing that I deeply trusted at that point. So I subleased my space and I started writing. And what started as a memoir became a self-help memoir because really the goal of the book is to help as many people as possible, which you can do to an extent with powerful storytelling. But I wanted to be a little prescriptive for the people
Mm-hmm.
who were really willing to do the work. I wanted to cast the widest net on who I could help. And when I really asked myself, well, what helped you? What was your rock bottom? When did your life change? It was when I worked those steps in a modern and trauma informed way. And I thought, well, why can't I be the girl who 12-stepped the world? Why is this the best kept secret? And to this day in 2024, with everything we know about addiction, childhood trauma, and mental illness, why hasn't anybody updated these steps? I
Mm.
knew I was going to piss some people off that like an ancient sacred tradition, just like yoga. But I have knee pain and chair pose in yoga doesn't work for me.
Mhm.
Biomechanically, it's not friendly on the knee. So I'm going to hold my posture differently
Yeah.
because I know better. Same
Mhm.
thing with the steps. If you are suffering, you are not just a self-centered piece of shit
Mm.
causing wreckage everywhere you go. You are hurting people, but you are deeply hurting yourself. So let's start by making amends to ourselves first.
Mm.
So, in the process of writing this book and staying open to letting parts of me that I hadn't tapped into show up, I started to say yes to things like teaching a dance class at a gym, which, by the way, I had done when I was in my 20s and thought, I'm way too good for that. The teacher was like, yeah, we need to find another dance teacher. My hand just went up.
Yeah.
No, no,
Right.
right? I just said yes. The reason I bring that up is because this was going on while I was writing my book. And about 3 months into teaching the class, this young man who I didn't know and had never met was poking his head around in the back, not inside the studio, outside, considering whether he should come in or not. He walks in 30 minutes late and I'm thinking, oh God, this guy is either going to be a fool and have no idea what he just did, or he's going to be amazing and crush it 30 minutes late, in which case I'm going to want to have a conversation with him. So that's what happened. He crushed it. I looked at him and I said, who are you? Where did you come from? Turns out he's a recording artist who was in a really successful boy band when he was younger. And now he's a solo artist. And I'm thinking, childhood dream to be a choreographer, to get a record deal, all these things. I said, do you have a choreographer? No, actually, I'm looking for one. We should go have coffee.